Hello guys, welcome to Theory Math. I'm going to be working question 20 of this GCSE higher tier mathematics, which is actually a non-calculator paper. So, question 20, here it is. Now, the question says that there are only red sweets and yellow sweets in the bag. There are n red sweets in the bag, so therefore, the number of red sweets should be n. Then there are 8 yellow sweets, so the number of yellow sweets 8. So the total number of sweets is going to be n plus 8. Very important. So let's keep it one side. Then let's move on. Sajid is going to take as random a sweet from the bag and eat it. Oh, he says that the probability that the sweet will be red is 7 over 10. Okay, now this is it. The probability of having a red sweet is going to be the number of red all over the total, which is n plus 8. But remember, Sajid said that the probability is 7 over 10. And we're asked to show whether the probability is correct or not. Or let's just show that the probability cannot be 7 over 10. So what I'm going to do now is to say that my expression for the probability of red, which is n over n plus 8, should be equated to his, which is 7 over 10. You cross multiply, you have 10n, is equals to 7 by n plus 8. So we have 10n is equals to 7n plus 56. So we're going to have that 10n minus 7n is equals to 56. So we are going to have that 3n is equals to 56. Okay? Now, this is a very interesting part now. Do you know that n now should be 56 divided by 3? And this is going to be 18.6667. It's actually a recurring decimal number. Now, this is it. You cannot have a number of red sweets to be a recurring decimal. It should be an absolute whole number. Now, because you cannot have that, it means that this particular probability is wrong. That's exactly what you are going to say. Good. So we are done with that, and it's 3 marks. So we are okay. 3 marks in the bag. So let's move to the B part of the question. Now, the B part of the question says that after Sajid has taken the first sweet, now taking the first sweet, let me put R1, that is probability of picking the first one, is, of course, we say is n over n plus 8. Now, we're told that he is going to take at random a second sweet from the bag. Given that the probability that both the sweet he takes will be red is 3 over 5 now, meaning that he's taking a second, which is red. Now, remember, he's eating it. So it means that it cannot be replaced. So it's irreplaceable. Now, that means the number of red must have reduced by 1. And so also the total, n plus 8, must have reduced by 1. So actually, the probability of the second pick to be red is actually going to be n minus 1 all over n plus 7. Very important. Now, but we're told that the probability of picking both to be red, meaning the probability of having the first one red and the second one red, the probability is actually going to be 3 over 5. Now, this is where we're going to apply our product rule in this case. So this is going to be n over n plus 8 multiplied by n minus 1 over n plus 7 is equals to 3 over 5. Very important. So we have this relationship. But do not forget that all we are asked to look for is that we should work out the number of red sweets. And we say red is n. So we are going to look for n. That is what we are to look for. Okay, good. So we are moving. Now, what we are going to do here, I will now expand. And this is going to be n into n minus 1. Then all over we have n plus 8 into n plus 7 is equals to 3 by 5. Okay, very important. And let me come down here. Now, expanding that, I'm going to have n squared minus n. All over, we have n squared plus 15n, then plus 56 must be equals to 3 by 5. So you cross multiply, you're going to have 5 into n squared minus n is equals to 3 into n squared plus 15n plus 56. Now this is going to be 5n squared minus 5n will now be equals to 3n squared plus 45n, then plus 168. Then arranging them, we are going to have 5n squared minus 5n. Then I have minus 3n squared minus 45n minus 168. Okay, now everything is equal to 0. So here I'm going to have 2n squared, because 5n squared minus 3n squared is actually 2n squared. So I have minus 50 and then minus 168 is equal to 0. Then dividing all through by 2 to make the equation simpler, I'm going to have n squared minus 25n, then minus 84 is equal to 0. Good. Now, once you get to this is actually very factorizable, okay? You just, by looking at it, you know the factors has to do with 328. But if you get to this and it's a bit confusing, all you need to do, or all our advice is that you are going to use the formula, the quadratic formula. So this is it, plus, then you're going to have square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, using this will save you a lot of stress. And in this case, our a is equals to 1, our b is minus 25, then our c is equals to minus 84. Now, this is a calculator paper, so you just fix it in your calculator and you get your values. Okay, as simple as that, right? So once you do that, you're going to have some values. And the values will be that n is equals to minus 3, then n is equals to 28. That is what you're going to have. Now, let me tell you something. You cannot have a negative number of suites. It doesn't make sense. So, therefore, we cannot take this as our answer, but this is going to be our answer. That is n. And remember, we said n from the beginning, the number of reds, n. And we are asked to find the number of reds. So we found our answer. So therefore, n is equals to 28. So that is how simple it could get. All right. It's a challenging question, but it's worth it. So keep following me to see a lot of wonderful solutions. Thank you.